YouTube and the Facebook. And we have the pink action over our East Sierra counties, Northeast California and Western Nevada, Southeast Utah, and Southwest Idaho. What does pinky mean? Pinky means red flag warning, so that it's hot and windy. Then we got some green stuff, which is flash flood watch for central Nevada and eastern Arizona and northwestern Arizona are under a flash flood watch. And there's a gray zone here of the South San Joaquin, kind of a gray-brown. And it's an air quality alert. In other words, it's pretty smoggy down in the San Joaquin Valley south of here. So California ain't being pretty. On the north coast, north of San Francisco Bay, we're looking at small craft advisory for winds, and right at the Northern California, Del Norte County outward, we're looking at a high surf advisory, looks to be. Alrighty, let's get to more local stuff on the weather front. We got 8:16 p.m. You are listening to the voiceofstockton.org, and we're going to go to the local weather. What the heck? I just told you where to go. Oh, there we go. Okay. As of 7:55 p.m. today, July 23rd, 2017, it's 89 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 32 degrees Celsius. The wind is 10 miles per hour out of the northwest. Barometer is at 29.70 inches of mercury. Dew point, you're not going to see dew because the dew point's 49 degrees Fahrenheit. Visibility is good at 10 miles. Heat index makes it feel like it's 86 degrees Fahrenheit because of the low humidity. And let's take a quick look at the forecast. And ain't going to be seeing any rain because it's going to be mostly clear this evening with a low of 67. High tomorrow of 94. It's going to be sunny. Mostly clear Monday night with a low of 64. High on Tuesday of 92. Yeah, it's going to be sunny. Clear on Tuesday night with a low of 65. Hot on Wednesday with a high of 96. Yes, and clear. Wednesday night, it's going to be clear. Not talking about the Scientology. It's just going to be clear skies. Very few, if any, clouds. With a low of 67. Hot again on Thursday with a high of 99. And with a 30-degree drop Thursday night down to 69. And clear skies. All rightius. Now it's setup time, so let me go deal with my computer, and I'll be right here chatting loud to you. Loud chat. Where's that computer? There we go. Now I'm pretty sure I got my big cord with me, because if I don't, I'll just have to go ahead and do Surah 6. But we're on schedule to do Bukhari Hadith book number 74. And it's going to be a new adventure for me. And that means it's going to be a new adventure for you. Now, just what's in there? Well, there's going to be a little bit of Meccan Islam and a little bit of Medina kind of Islam, because there's no separating of that which came in terms of time. The companions to Muhammad do remember his hadith and sunnah. Just when it came, they weren't too specific. So we're going to have to make up for that in order to attain full and adequate understanding of Islam. As with most religions, even if it just had a single founder, such as Buddha or Nanak, Buddhism, and Nanak of the Sikhs, it does come out over time. It happened with Abraham. Abraham didn't have a full and complete religion. Matter of fact, the coming forth of Judaism could be argued to have taken well over 400 years in its own right. So it wasn't until the end of Moses' life, around 1390 BC, that Judaism was actually in a full state. It was still coming into it. So, got the computer here set up. Let me get it going. We got a lot of good lighting in here, so let me get that up. Woo! That's some light on the subject. And let me get the magic box up and running. Got a pretty good magic box here. And it's an HP 15. If you didn't make it, now I got to tell you about last night. Yesterday, from noon to midnight, Bimbleby was Summer Wonderland. And tickets were $12. And it was sponsored by the Downtown Stockton Alliance. We had good food vendors. It was at the Channel Brewing Company, 110 North San Joaquin. That's right at San Joaquin and Weber. And we had good food, drinks, wonderful beer. There were hourly raffles. Oh yeah, people made money. Prizes in cash. Excellent concert. There was art for the kids. There was a showcase kids activities. Really, it was fun. There was artwork for auction. It was a neat wing-ding for all ages. Now, who'd we have? DJ Aaron C. noon. Lonnie Rhythm at 1. RO at 2:30. At 3, we had Julia Adani. 3:30, Gloria and Intervision. 4:30, we had John Tiano. He was real good. 5, Ronnie. 5:30, Tribal Quest. Those are a couple of guys that did R&B, soul, some rap. They were wonderful. Oh, yeah. If Tribal Quest is singing, pay attention. They're all right. At 6, Brandon James. 6:30, Kylie Thomason. 7, Cosmo Coyote. At 8, Jordan Waters. At 8:30, Corrine. OC. Wonderful singer. Great show. And then Cato and the Donuts at 9. And Ochoa Brothers and Manny rounded out the evening had some good dance music, and we had a real good time. So the next wing ding we're going to be having is on September 16th. So make it a point to be there. Come and be civil. Have a good time. And you will have a good time. You like to dance, you like good music, you'll have a good time. All right, got a lovely view of looks to be Death Valley, and on the computer fancy screen, but we're not going to be going there. And so let's continue to march and bring on up. I got on the super secret hidden files of my magic machine. Let's just angle this puppy up a hair, and this that puppy's pretty good. And we'll kind of angle that one that way. Oh boy, am I a handsome fella. Alrighty-us. Yeah, working the magic machine. Got to double click it. Come on, magic machine, bring it on up to me. Beep. I think my downloads will have the magic package. Oh, come on, where are you at? What the heck? Still looking. There's other places where I can look, so not all is lost. I'm not seeing it. Oh, get the damn thing off. I'm going to find it for you, people. There we go. There we go. Al Sahih, Sahih al Bukhari. And we're going to be doing the big, oh, what the heck? I don't need that. Bibble bop. Alrighty, it's got it up on the magic machine. And I'll just leave that right there. And we're going to have to get, okay, let me get a ballpoint somewhere around here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, right over here on the desk. Okay, that works. And yeah, that works and that works. And let me get one more thing. Now we're cooking with gas. And hooey baby. And what do we have? We got 807 weather, then YouTube, then Facebook, and then HP 15 setup. And that brings us to 8:30. And before we continue and join the show, I'm gonna bring you some little time here on our favorite sponsors. You can be one too. Small businesses in Stockton, pay attention. Hotel Furniture Liquidators at 1648 Shaw Road. Yeah, hotel furniture for your home. Big beds, pillows, chairs, desks, tables, bureaus. Yeah, hotel furniture. Get it at lovingly used and lower cost than brand new. The Miracle Mile Bookstore, 2210 Pacific Avenue, and Doors Book Recyclery, 2310 Pacific Avenue, is where you can buy books. Some used, some new. You can buy books for your family, for your friends, for yourself. Give it a try and read them through cover to cover. Custom plastics and signs, plastic fabrication to include displays for your store, business, home, aquariums and such like. There's vehicle and boat graphics. Ooh, yeah, pretty up that vehicular. Plastic sheets, plastic tubes, plastic rods. Signage. Oh, yeah, corrugated plastic signs. Good building siding. Give it a thought. They're at 326 Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard here in Stockton. If you need your computer fixed up, Millennium Computer Repair, Sarfraz Khan is your man. Give him a call at 209-922-1879. Sarfraz is mobile. He'll come and fix your computer. That is Millennium Computer Repair, 922-1879. Habitat for Humanity, that Jimmy Carter, he does a lot of work for them. Yeah, builds homes for the homeless. Yep, Habitat for Humanity Restore. The Restore is at 4933 West Lane. You can find their architectural accoutrements, building accoutrements, like door handles, railings, windows, doors, sinks, fuse boxes, fuses, all kinds of stuff. Plumbing, some used, some a little bit new, but it's a better place to go than a lot of places. So go hang out at the Restore, 4933 West Lane. If you got some used building materials, they got life left in them, take them over there and give them away. Tender Donuts, we bake fresh daily. Get that Donut Jones fulfilled at 1304 East Hammer Lane. Genereth and Sivsam, they fry them up good for you. Oh yeah, Tender Donuts, we bake fresh daily. Open 13 hours a day, 4:30 to 6, Monday through Saturday, and 12 and a half hours a day on Sundays, 5:30 till 6. Leaders T-shirt printing, 500 Lodi Avenue at Garfield in Lodi. Yeah, get your T-shirt printed, head on up to Lodi. Nobody beats the Leaders in Lodi, Garfield at Lodi. All righty. I promised you a good show, and we're going to get going right now. Let's get an exact time here on the schedule, Liam. And let me get the audition up here. Bam. And we got 8:34 p.m. Good time to get started. Okay. Got to give this thing a title. And today is the 23rd of July. And this is the Islam Show. Looks good to me, looks good to you. Let's get started. 8:34 p.m. It is time for Good Evening, Stocktonians, and those of you around the world It is time for the Sunday Night Islam Show. Full content on Islam, brought to you by the sponsors of the Voice of Stockton.org, soon to be at KXVS 92.1 FM for Stockton Community Radio. I don't know where else this could be done other than community radio. So, bless the laws of the United States. We are going forth for a full content presentation of Islam by your Christian neighbor, Richard Slezak, here in Stockton, California. So let's get started, or should I say continued, because we've been doing this on Sunday evenings for 3 years now, with the Islam Show. And tonight we're going to be plowing right on in. Now, wait a minute. I got now let me be good about, book 74. It has 70 hadith, sunnah within it, because it is in volume 8, and it goes from number 246 to 316. That doesn't mean it's anything like John 3:16. Go get them mixed up. But that's the number that Bukhari gave to it back in the 8th century. And it's the general theme of the hadith is asking permission. And let's like to keep notes here. So forgive me for a few pauses now and then. Show start on H&S, Hadith Sunnah, and that's book 74. And Sahih Bukhari is a collection of sayings and deeds of Muhammad ibn Abdullah, also known as the Sunnah. Reports of the Prophet's sayings and deeds are called ahadith. Bukhari lived a couple of centuries after the Prophet's death and worked extremely hard to collect his ahadith. Each report in his collection was checked for compatibility with the Quran, and the veracity of the chain of reporters had to be painstakingly established. Bukhari's collection is recognized by the overwhelming majority of the Muslim world to be of the most authentic collections of the Sunnah of Muhammad ibn Abdullah. I'm not a Muslim. I don't call him prophet. Now this fellow, Abu Abdullah Muhammad bin Ismail bin Ibrahim bin al-Mughariya al-Jaffe. So he was the grandson of al-Mughariya al-Jaffe. That'd be the great-grandson. The grandson of Ibrahim and the son of Ismail. And his name was Abu Abdullah Muhammad. Was born on 194, and you add 622 on to 194, you come up with 196, 216, 816, and, he lived 816 to 876. I'll write that down. 816 AD to 876 AD, Bukhari lived. Then you run this up against Muhammad, who lived from 570 to 632. Oops. That'd be like somebody writing a biography on President Washington today. Well, when I was a kid. So it ain't all that far removed. You got to figure that Buddha's words weren't put to, pen to ink until around the time of Christ, and the trouble was Buddha lived around 500 years before the birth of Christ, so, oh boy, a lot left to people's memories. Well, let's see, how can we line up things here? Whoop-de-bop. Oh, yeah, that's good enough. Now, continuing. He spent 16 years completing it and ended with 2,602 hadith. Here's an interesting thing. You had 9,082 total and 2,602. So 2 take away 2 is 0, 8. 10 take away 6 is 4, and 8 take away 2. Okay, you got 2,602 that were repeated approximately 2 or 3 times each on average to create 9,082 to some degree. His criteria for acceptance into the collection were amongst the most stringent of all scholars of Ahadith. Bukhari's collection is not complete. There are other scholars who worked at as Bukhari did and collected other authentic reports. And now we're going to be in volume 8. It's currently 8:41 p.m. And volume 8 is on asking permission. Now, I sorted these out as to the religious I wanted to do as I've been doing the Meccan. Anything remotely having to do with governance by title, separated over to the Medina. So asking permission, that's what I went with. And this is a long scroll. It's 1,800 pages long. So woo, getting in the high-speed elevator. Woo. Oh, that's volume 7. So still volume 7. Go into volume 8, book 74. That's book 69. Book 72. Yarp. Book 73. 246. Yep. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay, here we are at asking permission. Volume 8, Book 74, number 246, and we're looking at 8:43 p.m. Read start. And since this is my first time going through this book, we're going to be taking notes here. So bear with me. I'll try to keep up the chatter to keep you alert. This first one's narrated by Abu Hurairah, Huraira. The Prophet said, Allah created Adam in his complete shape and form, directly 60 cubits, about 30 meters, in height. When he created him, he said to him, go and greet that group of angels sitting there and listen to what they will say in reply to you, for that will be your greeting and the greeting of your offspring. Adam went and, in parentheses, continued, said, as salamu alaikum, peace be upon you. They replied, as Salemu Aleka wa Rahmatullah, and that means peace and Allah's mercy be on you. So they increased wa Rahmatullah. The prophet added, so whoever will enter paradise will be of the shape and form of Adam. Since then the creation of Adam's offspring, in other words, stature of human beings, is being diminished continuously to the present time. That's what's there. Okay. Allah created Adam 30 meters tall. Adam went to angels, greeted them, put the quote here, peace be unto you in Arabic. In Arabic, angels, and we're not talking about the Anaheim Angels, responded angels responded peace and Allah's mercy be on you. Since then, people have been getting shorter. Alrighty-us. Good to know. 247. That's 3, 6, 9, 10 lines. These aren't shorties. Narrated Abdullah bin Abbas. Al-Fadi bin Abbas rode behind the Prophet as his companion rider on the back portion of his she-camel on the day of Nahur, that slaughtering of sacrifice on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. And Al-Fadl was a handsome man. The Prophet stopped to give the people verdicts. In the meantime, a beautiful woman from the tribe of Katham came asking the verdict of Allah's apostle. Al-Fadl started looking at her as her beauty attracted him. The Prophet looked behind while Al-Fadl was looking at her. So the Prophet held out his hand backwards and caught the chin of Al-Fadl and turned his face to the owner's sides in order that he should not gaze at her. She said, "O Allah's apostle, the obligation of performing Hajj enjoined by Allah on his worshippers has become due, that is compulsory, on my father, who is an old man and who cannot sit firmly on the riding animal. Will it be sufficient that I perform the Hajj in his behalf?" He, that is Muhammad ibn Abdullah, said yes. Okay. Now, Al-Fadl rode the same camel as Muhammad. Al-Fadl looked upon Katham approvingly Mohammed Al-Fadl got his face turned away from Katham by Mohammed. Katham told Mohammed her dad could not ride animals safely. Could she do the Hajj in his place? Mohammed told Katham, yes, she could. And continuing, 2:48. We got 8:51 p.m. here at the Voice of Stockton.org. I am Richard Slezak. It is the Sunday Night Islam Show. We are at number 248, the third hadith of book 74 on asking permission, and volume 8 of the Bukhari Hadith Sunnah. Now, number 3, that is 248, narrated Abu Said al-Khudri. The Prophet said, beware, avoid sitting on the roads. They, the people, said, O Allah's apostle, we can't help sitting on the roads, as these are our places. Here we have talks. The Prophet said, if you refuse but to sit, then pay the road its right. They said, what is the right of the road, O Allah's apostle? He said, lowering your gaze, refraining from harming others, returning greetings, and enjoining what is good, and forbidding what is evil. Well, let me tell you, it didn't come forth all at once. Here in this society, we got reasoned law. And yes, sitting on the road is an offense. It's a misdemeanor. Crossing the road out beyond the crosswalk is jaywalking. Yeah, we got laws pertaining. Why? You got vehicles. You got animals that have a right to the road. They don't have a right to everywhere, but they do have a right to the road. You don't. You're a pedestrian. You're an obstruction, and you could get hurt by being in the middle of the road. All righty. People met on the road. Mohammed told them his rules towards others. And that is A, lowering your gaze, which means basically boys looking at girls. B, or number 2, refraining from harming others. Number 3, returning greetings. That's cool. And these aren't, they're good laws. They're just not quite, obviously, they're not adequate for covering these people's behaviors by which they would refrain from gathering in the road. D, enjoining what is good. And E, or number 5, forbidding what is evil. That's redeeming things to that. There's a lot of agreement between what is good and what is evil between Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Continuing. Narrated Abdullah, when we prayed with the Prophet, we used to say, As-salam be on Allah from his worshippers. As-salam be on Gabriel. Peace. As-salam means peace upon. As-salam be on Michael, another archangel. As-salam be on so-and-so. That covers the bases. So when the Prophet finished his prayer, he faced us and said, Allah himself is as-salam, peace. So when one sits in the prayer, one should say, Al-Tahiyatu Ilahi was salawatu what? Tayyibatu As-salamu alayka ayuhan nabiyu wa rahmatul lahi wa barakatuhu. As-salamu alayna wa ala ibadillahi as-salihin. For if he says so, then it will be for all the pious slave of Allah in the heavens and the earth. Then he should say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. And then he can choose whatever speech, in other words, invocation, he wishes. You can also see, for refresher, Hadith number 797 in Volume 1. All righty. Now let's just start with that. Reference to number 797 in Volume 1. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3. 3 sentences in Arabic. Salam, peace upon Allah, Gabriel, and Michael, For if he says, then it will be for all the pious slaves of Allah in the heavens of the earth. First sentence said for all Muslims, and second sentence then allows for any 9 p.m. You are webtuned to the voice of Stockton.org, soon to be 92.1 low power FM for this community radio for the city of Stockton. And as far as that signal can go, hopefully. And continuing, this is the Sunday Night Islam Show. I am Richard Slezak. We are full content on this week we're on volume 8, book 74, asking permission. We're in our fourth hadith, number 249, and the second sentence in Arabic of this then allows for any invocation in prayer to be spoken. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 250, Hawaii 250. It's only a two-liner. Narrated Abu Hurairah, the Prophet said the young should greet the old, the passer should greet the sitting one, and a small group of persons should greet the large group of persons. Hey, that's courteousness. Well, there's good sense in that. A lot of good sense in that. Greeting to the old by the young. Greeting to the seated or sitting one by the passerby. Greeting to the large group by the small group. Makes a lot of sense to me. A lot of sense to that. All righty, got to get another page of notes so that when we do this here book again, we'll be that much wiser. And it will come, for America will learn. And so, oh my, let's put a heading on this. Bukhari Hadith. If you're keeping notes at home, that's a good thing to do. It's the Bukhari Hadith and Sunnah, volume 8 we're in, book 74, and there are themes to the volumes. And don't have that in front of me at the moment, then yeah, I know I should. I bring it up. Today is July 23rd, 2017, and we're looking at 9:04 p.m. here on a Sunday evening along Stockton's Miracle Mile. Yeah, Bedford and Pacific. And yeah, this book is numbered 246 through 316, 470 ahadith in total. And we were at 250, going on to 251. Got 9:05 p.m. here at the Voice of Stockton. Narrated Abu Huraira, Allah's apostle said, the riding one should greet the walking one, and the walking one should greet the sitting one, and the small number of persons should greet the large number of persons. Okay. Greetings. What do they call it? Riding one. One should greet the walking one. The walking one. And then to the same as 250. And on to fabulous 252. Narrated by Abu Huraira. Allah's apostle said, the riding person should greet the walking one should greet the sitting one, and the small number of persons should greet the large number of persons. And that's just a repeat of 251. A lot of civility in that when you get right down to it. Shows you're watching out, but you're also acknowledging. And when you greet, that means there's some care and concern. Care and concern are good things. It means you're about the civilization, about your neighbor. Narrated Abu Huraira, Allah's apostle said, the younger person should greet the older one, the walking person should greet the sitting one, and the smaller number of persons should greet the large number of persons. And this is 252C. And old by the young is in 250. Greet to the old by the young, okay. Walking to the sitting. Yeah, and this is wait. That's a repeat of 250. 252C is a repeat of 250. And earlier on, we were mentioning about repeats in the ahadith. And, there's 2,602 originals, so to speak. But then there's 6,480 of the 9,082 that are somewhat or identical to the 2,602. And here is a case of that. Okay, going on to 252E. E is an echo. Narrated by Abu Huraira, who also did 252C and 251 and 250. Allah's apostle said the younger person should greet the older one, the walking person should greet the sitting one, and the smaller number of persons should greet the larger number of persons. So again, that's just a repeat of 250. Oh well. From the same isnnad, same chain. Now here's, what the heck? 253G. Narrated Al-Bara ben Azib. Hey, this is about the first time I've ever heard of this fella. So, here it is. Allah's apostle ordered us to do 7 things: to visit the sick, to follow the funeral processions, to say tashmit to a sneezer, to help the weak, to help the oppressed ones, to propagate as-salam, greeting, and that's the peace greeting, and to keep others to fulfill their oaths, if it is not sinful. He forbade us to drink from silver utensils, to wear gold rings, to ride on silken saddles, to wear silk clothes. Debaj, that is thick silk cloth, Quasi, and istabrak, 2 kinds of silk. And to similar verse or ahadith is at volume 7, number 539. Volume 7, number 539, referred to. And Muhammad ordered 7 duties, and that is, the first is visit the sick, and B is follow. This isn't the first time I've read this. This is a strong ahadith. It's been mentioned in other books. Follow the funeral processions. Number 3, or C, say tashmit to a sneezer. D, help the weak. Help the weak is the 4th. E, help the oppressed. F, greet others with peace. Greet others. Say peace. And then that usually follows with the peace be upon you. That's the 5. Oh, here's 6. Help others fulfill good, or rather, oaths that do good. And then H, well, that's pretty much, that's pretty much it. And then not to do's, and we'll give that an H. just be redundant not to. Drink from silver vessels. I wear gold rings. J wears silk clothes. Silk clothes are very expensive. Silver vessels, because of conductivity, might be bad for some fruits or vegetables within the drink. So might cause some sort of spoilage, or something might not go right. Glass is ideal, but glass was near and dear. Woo! Not a lot of glass in the Middle Ages. Takes a lot of heat to melt sand, and furnaces and heating, the apparatus just weren't well developed in those eras. And, if you drank from an iron vessel, you were always being plagued with rust. But the way you clean an iron vessel, a steel pot or frying pan, if you don't have water, you can use sand, and it scours it good. That'll at least take the rust off, and then wipe off all the dust. So it's a little safer in that regard. Now, we're going ahead here. For the most part, what humanity used was carved out wooden goblets. Woohoo! You talked about germs, bacteria? Oh, yeah. Plenty of wood pores to keep them in. So, woo-wee. Plastic might have its shortcomings, but it doesn't have those pores like wood does. Again, though, glass is the best. 253K, narrated Abdullah bin Amr. A man asked the Prophet, what Islamic traits are the best? The Prophet said, feed the people and greet those whom you know and those whom you do not know. Wow. Now let's see that. Best Islamic traits. One, feed. Oh, wow. A few weeks ago, it became evident that there is a moral foundation, if you're a wealthy person, in your estate to give up to a third to the cause of Allah. That's an estate tax, or the moral foundation for an estate tax. And we wonder why Muslims in this country predominantly vote Democratic. Feed the people. Yep. Who votes against food stamps? Republicans. Who votes for them? Democrats. Prime example right there. No, this has very much a foundation in the Judaic. You leave 10% of, you don't glean your fields. You don't pick up the grain that's fallen. And it's for the sojourner, the passerby, the widow and orphan. And that's how the widow and orphan and the passerby were fed. You don't harvest to the corners of the field. You leave 10% behind, at least. For the widows and orphans, that's how they eat. and feed the people. Bam, that's what that's about. That's a carrying forth of something that came forth in the 1400s, 1400 years before Christ, a full 2 millennium before Islam. And he was just carrying forth that moral precept. 2. Uh-oh, we getting low on ink here? Greet those they know. Kind of make it a 3. Greet those they do not know. 2:54. We're at 9:20 p.m. Boy, we're just we got started at 8:34, so we only got 14 minutes left. Okay, 2:54 it is. Narrated Abu Ayyub. The Prophet said, "It is not lawful for a Muslim to desert, not to speak to, his brother Muslim for more than 3 days while meeting. One turns his face to one side, the other turns his face to the other side. Lo, the better of the two is the one who starts greeting the other." That might be taking charge of the situation. That might be drawing lines. But still, you acknowledge. You go forth. You try to make progress. You progress towards justice. Progress towards peace. You progress so all the efforts of the cause of Islam go forward. You greet to try to make both lives better. Muslims not lawful not to speak to one another for greater than or equal to 3 days. The Muslim who greets first is the better of the two. All righty. All righty-us. We're writing these down and takes up space, so we got to get to an additional sheet, and that's what I'm doing. Adding a today's the 23rd, 2017. What time we getting? 9:24 p.m. So it took us 20 minutes to do 2, 4, 6, 7 of them, and several of them were repeats and shorties. Point is that we're all learning. Asking permission is the title of this book. And there's 70 ahadith within the book. Alrighty, we're heading to 2:55, and it's a rather lengthy one. Got 9:25 p.m. Let's see, it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 liner. Narrators Anas bin Malik, a longtime companion of Muhammad ibn Abdullah, that he was a boy of 10 at the time when the Prophet emigrated to Medina. He added, I served Allah's apostle for 10 years, the last part of his lifetime. I know more than people about the occasion whereupon the order of al-hijab was revealed to the Prophet. Okay, now, Anas, 10 years old in 622. Anas served Muhammad the last 10 years from, 622 to 632. Thus, Anas was 10 years to 20 years old. Ubay bin Ka'b used to ask me about it. It was revealed for the first time during the marriage of Allah's apostle with Zainab bin Jahsh. In the morning, the Prophet was a bridegroom of her. He invited the people, who took their meals and went away. But a group of them remained with Allah's apostle, and they prolonged their stay. Allah's apostle got up and went out, and I too went out along with him, till he came to the lintel of Aisha's dwelling place. Allah's apostle thought that those people had left by then, so he returned, and I too returned with him, till he entered upon Zainab and found that they were still sitting there and had not yet gone. The Prophet went out again, and so did I with him, till he reached the lintel of Aisha's dwelling place. That is, he went to the door, but didn't go in. And then he thought that those people must have left by then, so he returned, and so did I with him, and found those people had gone. At that time, the divine verse of Al-Hijab was revealed, and the Prophet set a screen between me and him. That is, he was with his family. And, wow. Further research of that will be needed. Verse of Al-Hijab was revealed. The time was of Muhammad's marriage to Zainab, let's see, bint Josh, Muhammad left Zainab's place 3 times to rid her place of his guests. They left between second and third departures. Actually returns. And so Zainab's, okay. Verse of Al-Hijab was, yeah. And then Muhammad went to Zainab and screened themselves away from others. And 256, this better be short. Now we're at 931. Let me get a audition check here going. And what else we have on the computers? That looks pretty good. Yeah, we're at 57 minutes, 9:31 p.m. So we're just going to make this the last one of the evening. Got plenty left for next week. And narrated Anas, when the Prophet married Zainab, the people came and we were offered a meal. And then they sat down after finishing their meals and started chatting. The Prophet showed as if he wanted to get up, but they did not get up. When he noticed that, he got up, and some of the people also got up and went away while some others kept on sitting. When the Prophet returned to enter, he found the people were still sitting, but then they got up and left. So I told the Prophet of their departure, and he came and went in. I intended to go in, but the Prophet put a screen between me and him, for Allah revealed, O you who believe, enter not the Prophet's house. Alrighty. 256 is 255 developed. Surah 33:53. This is Medina. This is Medina. We'll put an MD here because it's definitely during the Medinan era. O you who believe, enter not the Prophet's house. Alrighty-us. Twice Mo left. Some left while he was there after the marriage banquet. Bam. Alrighty, 9:34 p.m. here at the Voice of Stockton. This has been the Islam show for a Sunday night, and we've been starting with and got from 246 through 256. Hey, not bad, 20 of them, over an hour show. Sharing with you, asking permission. Got the first 20 out of a total of 70 ahadith on this subject matter of the traditions of Mohammed. Nothing real controversial. A lot of it courtesy. A lot of it the slight modification or codification, if you will, of customs. And so, after a wedding banquet, they're going to want to get to loving on one another. Spend an hour, eat the food, wish the family well, and be on your way. That's what it's saying. Have some class. Have a life of your own. All righty, folks. Thanks for being with us this Sunday evening. This show will hopefully be repeated many times. And thanks for listening to thevoiceofstockton.org. Those of you who came to the Summer Wonderland, it was a good time, folks. And we're going to be showing that up on our sites, up on YouTube and Facebook. So take a look. If you didn't make it to this one, make it to the next one. All righty. With that, have a pleasant Sunday evening. We'll be back with you during the week. Keep on listening to thevoiceofstockton.org, 92.1 KXVS FM 2B. All righty, folks. Yeah, I'm still with you. And we're going to take down the Facebook and YouTube. It's that time of day. Uh-oh. I didn't do anything here on the Vigil show. Oh, well. Somewhat of a mix-up. Not the end of the world. But I'm going to be cutting it off of the YouTube and the Facebook. Thanks for watching. Thanks for looking in. And, I didn't tell you, you can call in 467-4455 here in Stockton. And those of you who have been watching and listening, I sure do appreciate it. Give us a call, give us a visit, give us a like on Facebook, and we sure do appreciate it. So let's exit out here. Bam. A stream recording is currently active. Are you sure you want to